Music Watch. I'm Nathan Smith. We have Joe Schreiner in the studio today. We're going to have some questions and answers and performances, so please join us. Mr. Schreiner, what does the term water dog mean to you?
Well, I'm going to try to abbreviate this. The WaterDog Nation, see every salamander, when it's in its, like frogs come from tadpoles, right? Mm-hmm. Well, see, salamanders, when they're in their amphibious little water stage, they all look like mud puppies or water dogs. Well, back in the day, people used to think that salamanders could withstand fire. They were fire elementals. So then, you turn around a couple hundred years later and religious scholars start calling Jesus Christ the Salamander King, because he was able to withstand the fires of hell and come back unscathed. So, in essence, a WaterDog Nation is one nation under God.
How long have you been playing music and your style of music?
I've been playing harmonica since I was 16, and I'll be 28 this year, so that's quite a few years. And then I started playing the guitar finally in 2001. So almost 10 years. As of December 27th, it'll be 10 years.
Okay. And how would you label your style of music?
Sort of an acoustic amalgamation of all kinds of genres. It doesn't really fit one particular form, because some of the stuff that we're doing in the studio now is more rock. Some of it has metal influences. We still keep the jazz influences. Cowboy chords, power chords, bar chords, jazz chords. And 3-chord progressions never hurt anybody.
Oh, never. Okay. He's going to perform for us, so give it a listen.
I keep on marching down the highway, and I keep on trucking on down the line, and I'm looking for answers to my questions, pretty mama, trying to find sweet peace of mind, trying to find my peace of mind. If I told you all the things thought you wanted to hear, I'm afraid my message might fall empty, and your love would disappear. I keep on marching down the highway, and I keep on trucking on down the line, looking for answers to my questions, pretty mama, trying to find sweet peace of mind, trying to find my peace of mind. Honey, if I told you I was lonesome, would you please stay with me tonight? I give you restitution from your solitude. I'll give your heart respite if you would just hold me in your arms tonight. I keep on marching down the highway, and I keep on trucking on down the line, and I'm looking for answers to my questions, pretty mama, trying to find sweet peace of mind, trying to find my peace of mind. Darling, I don't know where I'm going, or just what I'm gonna do, and the whole world could come crumbling down at my feet, as long as you're there beside me too, as long as you hold me and you see me through. I keep on marching down the highway, and I keep on trucking on down the line, looking for answers to my questions, pretty mama, trying to find sweet peace of mind, trying to find my peace of mind. And I'm trying to find, trying to find, trying to find, trying to find, trying to find my sweet peace of mind. Keep on marching down the highway, gonna keep on trucking on down the line, looking for answers to my questions, pretty mama, trying to find sweet peace of mind, my sweet peace of mind.
Wow, that was an amazing song.
Thank you.
That was really pretty. A little bit about the song. What does that song mean to you? I mean, what's the significance and the story behind it?
Well, the story behind that one is just going through life, you know, trying to find somebody you can be with, trying to find somebody you can hang on to, you know, trying to find somebody when you're lonely, she's lonely, when you're scared, she's scared.
A new song for lovers.
When you need each other, you're there for each other, and that's what gives you that peace of mind.
Who were your influences growing up?
Well, it's kind of hard to say, really, because there were so many. I mean, starting with my grandparents, who would make me sing all the time. All the time, they would make me sing. And they have tape after tape after tape of this, of me singing for them. And then my dad, of course, he plays guitar as well. And where most parents would say, hey, you know, you need to quit playing that guitar, it's a waste of time.
They influenced it.
My dad was like, no, it's a waste of time for you not to learn the guitar because your voice is too good.
Yeah.
My stepmom always told me you can do whatever you've set your mind to. So, I mean, really, it starts with family.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everyone from the Beatles, of course, you know, Michael Jackson was really big when I was growing up.
You can't fail not to mention him.
You can't. And then, you know, later on, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash. I mean, a lot of the people that I didn't even realize influenced me had actually affected the kind of music that I play so much. I have a tendency on some songs to really play really fast and really hard, even if they're like smooth love songs. I have this trouble. And I just read recently that James Hetfield of Metallica in his early years had the same trouble. And that's why he joined Metallica, because it could never be too fast.
So you're channeling some inner Metallica.
Well, see, the thing of it is I wouldn't sit here and tell you that I'm the next anything, you know, because you shouldn't set yourself up to be the next anything, just the first whatever you are. But the influences are undeniable. I started out playing electric guitar. It was an Ibanez cutaway copy. It was one of the ones that was banned because it was too much like a Les Paul.
Well, you don't let your influences make you. You let them create you.
Right. And then I think in some ways, you know, as an artist, we look at where our influences are, where they've gone, where they're going, and then in our own ways we try to break away from those.
Yeah. To be your own person.
Right. And the acoustic guitar really just brings out everything in a way that the electric guitar just couldn't do for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what, I really can't explain it other than it doesn't sound right with me. Someone else can play electric guitar with my stuff, but it never sounds right coming out of me.
Well, for me, I think an electric guitar brings more power and kind of a dominating, kind of like let me see, can't think of the word for it, but
It's more aggressive, definitely.
more aggressive. Yeah, there's a harshness and a dirtiness to it, other than like an acoustic that brings, like, you know, a beauty to it and a softness, and, you know, it brings more of your soft, gentler, you know, vulnerable side out.
Right. I mean, but then there's sometimes where I would go into a competition against full-on heavy rock bands and just come out on top with nothing but the acoustic guitar and harmonicas. And my whole goal was, you see this little stick of wood, you see this harmonica I've got on? Yeah, I'm going to forcibly insert those up your rectum now, and you're just going to have to deal with that fact. Oh, we're going to cut that? Hey, I was being PC.
You're all right, man.
It's all good. It's all good. It was a good medical response.
Right. Well, a couple of years as a certified nurse's aide,
Been there, EMT.
Hell yeah, man.
Okay. What's the next song you're gonna play?
I'm going to play Keys to the City. This is partially about our trip to California we did a couple of years back, and it's just kind of a hodgepodge of different things. It involves playing in honky tonks, drinking too much bad liquor. Just it's
Good
a
old fun time.
it's a good old fashioned honky tonk song.
Good. Well, here's Keys to the City.
I got the keys to the city, yeah. Oh, I got the keys to the city, yeah. Well, I'm hell-bent for leather on a one-way ticket, yeah. With the wind in my hair and the sun in my shades and a whole lot of room to the rear. Well, I'm revving up the motor and the RPMs and I'm shifting at the second gear. Then I'm gone, I'm out of here. I got the keys to the city. Whoa, I got the keys to the city. Hell-bent for leather on a one-way ticket. I tell you one thing, two things, three things, four. It's a miracle that I'm alive. Vanity leads me to insanity, but I never could resist her jive. I tell you, death is a woman with a tall glass of bourbon for sure. So give me a double shot, darling. I've got the keys to the city. Whoa, I got the keys to the city. Well, I'm hell-bent for leather on a one-way ticket. Said I'm hell-bent for leather on a one-way ticket, yeah.
That's a really good song. Sounds like a song I knew when I'm driving across country.
The whole concept of the third album, WaterDog's Attack, we're going to try to do it. I'm doing most of it in my own in-home studio that we've partitioned off part of our walk-in closet and created.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with that.
But the whole point of it is to get you some traveling music, and that's why you have Marching Down the Highway, Keys to the City. There are some slower songs, there are some faster songs on the CD as well, going to be put out. But the whole idea is I wanted to make not necessarily a concept album, but a traveling album, something you could just pop into your stereo or even illegally download on your MP3 player, and just hit 1 through 12 or whatever, and just go.
Yeah. Well, to me, I've found it's more comfortable and more personal when you do it kind of in the confinements of your home or something you're familiar with, and like going to a city, it kind of seems like there's a kind of a distance between you when it's all money and engineering and stuff like that,
Right.
rather than you just pushing the day tech and going.
Right, right. And I think that in an age where we have, such leaps and bounds technologically, we're going to find that there's going to be people who are going to take full advantage of technology. I mean, Facebook, GPS, all kinds of stuff that, we're involved in, Reverb Nation, all kinds of stuff that we're involved in as far as technology goes. But then we take this stripped down approach musically. My drummer couldn't be here today, but we're going to go do a jam tonight at his place, and he and I are going to be the first acts up at the Crush and Cushing's deal in Holton coming up on April 30th. That's going to be at Chubby's Bar and Grill.
Yep.
I mean, I don't plug the open mics so much, but when we get to do a benefit, I really like plugging those because I want people to come out, and support the cause. It's not just my music, which is like, everybody does music, Not everybody, is going out to help others.
Yeah, no, well, not a lot of our artists.
A lot of
Not
artists
to sound like they're prima donnas, but will not donate themselves to that cause.
Well, a lot of artists don't have day jobs or unemployment either. They're just strictly artists. I mean, it would be really nice. It would be really nice if, at one of these benefits, I'd see like Lady Gaga or Justin Bieber, but their labels and their management put so many constraints on them anyhow.
The handlers.
It's not like they have the choices that an independent artist does.
Like
although we don't have the money that they do either. So.
Well, if it came to that, I'd rather have the freedom than the money.
Right. I mean, these guys, Indiana Guitar, we have a small endorsement deal through them now, SHS International. I emailed them one night, and under the advice of my wife, Tabitha, I emailed them and said, well, I'm playing your stuff, take it or leave it, tough. I'm not going to quit playing it, so you may as well cut me a deal. And so they did.
Okay, what's the next song you're going to play for us?
Let's see here. Let's do one that's a little bit more complicated than a little 3-chord progression. I've been leaning on those, trying to get warmed up here.
You know what? You play what you want. It's like we're excited to be here and listen to it.
This is called "Write Me a Letter." It's also going to be on the third one. Tabitha is giving me a Nixie look, like, if we're going to censor out one part of it, probably...
Yeah, if it's a little too much for the home viewer, try to either rhyme it or just kind of, to leave it flat. It's hard enough trying to keep me censored.
You got things in your past you're running from, things you don't want to show. I understand it's just a one-night stand, there's things I don't need to know. Write me a letter, I got a new vendetta, it's getting even better with time. Write me a letter, tell me pretty lies, I'm under your gun while looking into your eyes. Come on, mamacita, be my senorita. Come on, mamacita, be my senorita. Come on, mamacita, be my senorita. Send me money, I'm in love with you, honey. Could you send a little bit more? I swear when I get out of the slammer, I'm gonna be knocking at your door. So write me a letter, I got a new vendetta, it's getting even better with time. Write me a letter, tell me pretty lies, under your gun while looking into your eyes. Come on, mamacita, be my senorita. Come on, mamacita, be my senorita. Come on, mamacita, be my senorita. Writing me a letter, tell me pretty lies. I'm under your gun while looking into your eyes. And if you want the full version, you're going to have to buy the CD.
There you go. That's a pretty song. Very passionate. Is there any significant meaning behind that song?
Yeah, I was out bar hopping and met up with a young woman who I thought was pretty cool, and then it turned out she was a ex-convict fixing to go to a halfway house.
That's always nice.
And she kept on writing me letters asking for money and this, that, and the other thing, and eventually I just got kind of sick of it. I'm like, really? You know, we were kind of, having fun, and now you want a relationship, and I really don't know if I can give that to you.
Well, it just depends how far you can get your hands in the bars.
I'd rather sing songs about jail than being in one.
Yeah. Oh, it's just like, Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah.
He was writing songs about prison before he even went to jail, and,
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing, premonitions. How is the response from your crowd when you do your live shows and perform your music?
Most of the time it's pretty good. I mean, sometimes I sell CDs, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I've sold CDs at open mics, which is a really good feeling, because there's like 20 other people playing, and somebody singles you out, wants to buy your CD, or somebody singles you out. Like I was opening for the Rob Wade band at Roughnecks, and a couple of people, they singled me out and wanted me to get in touch with them later on this summer and do some shows at their smaller establishments and stuff like that. And it's nice. It feels nice to be recognized, especially when you're coming at it like I am, with not but your acoustic guitar and harmonicas. Mm-hmm. Maybe if you're lucky, somebody's added percussion. If you're really lucky, you can find a dependable bass player. Mm. More often than not, it's just been me and the guitar versus the world.
Yeah, that's the way you should do it. Is there ever you're playing for someone that is a little bit more famous than you, and all the attention kind of gets directed on you?
That's happened a few times, actually, and it doesn't bother me here's the thing, it doesn't bother me if I'm pulling focus from somebody who's famous, or more famous, more well-known than I am, then obviously I did my job. Mm. Now, to the same token, if it's all about the person who's more famous and they don't even see me, I must not have done my job that night. Because my job is to get up there and kill it every night. That's my job. Off stage, I can be, just as nice as can be to people. I can help others. I can do everything I can to be a good guy. But once I'm on the stage, and especially if there are other people who are going to be sharing that stage that night, my job is to decimate and destroy everything that they do.
I understand that.
I stole that from Kiss. I stole it from Kiss.
Don't sue us.
Don't sue us, Kiss. Mm-hmm. Don't sue us, Almost Kiss. Yeah, Friends with them on Facebook. Almost Kiss. They're cool guys.
Personally, what is your recommended style of music you listen to get you in the mood? Like something you listen to pre-show, something you listen to before you write, just your overall, bands and music that just make you.
Really, if you wanted to just pick a radio station, just listen to The Rock. It's what I listen to all the time. I also, every now and again, I like to listen to B.B. King or Stevie Ray Vaughan. Sometimes.
I love The Rock, but Johnny Deere gets on my nerves.
Well, that's okay. Pretty much, I'll listen to just about anything but rap and R&B before a show, because it's just not my thing. It's other people's. Other people are great at it. Other people, they're obviously making more money than I am, so they're doing something right. But you know, it's one of those things where I'll listen to AC/DC, I'll listen to Aerosmith,
Yeah, the good stuff.
I'll listen to Blues Traveler, I'll listen to the Mamas and the Papas.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the Mamas and the Papas.
I mean, I'll listen to pretty much anything. Sometimes there's nothing better than listening to a little Good-Hearted Woman by Willie and Waylon, you know?
When I was in a band, actually, it was a joke. When we used to go on stage, before we used to listen to Milli Vanilli. And
Nice.
we were a punk metal band.
Nice.
And we just thought it kept us loose and kind of joking.
Right.
So we'd listen to Blame It on the Rain.
Nice.
And we'd just be sitting there back lip syncing and be like, oh, I messed up.
Right,
Keep
right,
on
right.
going.
Milli Vanilli. You know,
Yeah.
I might try that. Actually, I'm going to try Rick James.
Hey, James. Well, appreciate it having you on the show. It's been great listening to you. And for any more information, check out his website. Check out WaterDog Nation.
You go to facebook.com, www.facebook.com/the WaterDog Nation. The T is capital, the W is capital, and the N is capital. Did I get it right, babe? Okay, cool.
Yep. Come out, see his shows. Please support this local artist. Good man, good musician.
Nice to meet you,
having
Nate.
you on the show. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye. This is Nathan Smith from Music Hour. This is musical trivia tidbits, things you did not know about your famous artists and musicians. Our first one is Weird Al, a parody artist famous for songs like White and Nerdy, Smells Like Nirvana, Bedrock Anthem, songs of that nature, from R. Kelly's cover of Drive Thru. Since 2004 has been eligible to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but was never considered by the industry itself, even with lots of fans petitioning, emails and stuff like that. They have still not found him eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why, we still do not know. Another subject, Garth Brooks, very famous country singer, well known for Long Neck Bottle, recently doing a cover with Huey Lewis and the News, Working for a Living. Back in 1999, he was going through a project known as Chris Gaines, which was a reference fictional character for his movie The Lamb. Caused a big backlash in his music career, even though the album itself was a success and spawned 3 major hits, was still backlashed by fans and certain music corporations due to the style of music and the undertones of the movie. This has been Nathan Smith of Music Hour. This is Musical Tidbits.